In August of 2005, the eye of Hurricane Katrina came ashore just east of New Orleans, Louisiana. Two little towns called Bay St. Louis and Waveland took the direct hit, the full brunt of Hurricane Katrina. A wall of water 40 feet high devastated this city. The pictures that you're seeing were not taken the day after the storm. They were taken 1 year later. The winds of Hurricane Katrina are still felt in the cities of Bay St. Louis and Waveland. Lagniappe Presbyterian Church exists to participate in the restoration of these two cities.
A little something extra. It's, you get a dozen oysters in New Orleans, and Lagniappe is when they give you 14, 16 oysters. Lagniappe, you get some lunch, something. They throw a little something extra on whatever you do. Lagniappe, where you at, baby?
Lagniappe Presbyterian Church participates in lots of relief work. It may be sheetrock, it might be shingles. One day it might be moving debris, or it may be a team helping to serve dinner or clean up around the Lagniappe facility.
We plug the teams in that we have with the skills that we need into those jobs. From there, we take over the teams that are unassigned and plug them into the community, basically where they can best be served due to the skill they have. And we've taken homeowners anywhere from 1 day of work to clean their yard to 6 months of commitment to build a 2-story house. We've had teams find family heirlooms, old tea sets of great-grandmothers. We have teams out emptying ditches for families so the water doesn't pool and mosquitoes don't swamp their land, from digging up their yard and digging out roots. We also have people that are framing, putting on roofs, running electrical wire. All of it is important, and all of it conveys that love that Christ showed us and us moving towards brokenness, however that may be and however we may best serve. The teams that are willing to go dig through somebody's yard end up spending a lot of time with the homeowner, and that is just a huge impact. Okay.
Oh, Lagniappe, the church means spiritually to me, bringing me back to God. They came down when I was in need from Hurricane Katrina and just reestablished me in God's faith, because I had given up on God quite a few years.
Everything that we do has one goal in mind, and that is that the same God who brought the storm would be seen as having brought a church, which is now bringing restoration to this city.
We're always looking for a bridge, and anytime we share the gospel, and this is the bridge, it's just culturally relevant what Lagniappe is. The spiritual impact is that Jesus is the one who moves towards us and gives us something we can't pay for, something we don't deserve. That's the way God works, and that's what we do. We move towards people.
We're jealous to retain both the declaration and demonstration of the love of God. We know what it's like to move toward brokenness, because when we are broken, God moves towards us. That's the gospel, right?
Everything is God's land. There isn't a little bit more, because it's all. It's more than a little bit more. God's Lagniappe.
When Lagniappe Presbyterian Church began, one of the symbols of Hurricane Katrina's destruction were the pillars remaining from the train bridge which spanned the distance from Pass Christian to Bay St. Louis. The most encouraging picture of the restoration is to hear that whistle blow and echo throughout Bay St. Louis and Waveland as we work, because we know that the train is crossing where there used to be nothing, and now there is progress.
We just really might be over the hump this time, because they started out with the drywall, and of course they were going to do the flooring, but they looked at some other things that they needed, and they just jumped on, and they've done a fantastic job, and I'm just blessed with the Lagniappe crew, and Lagniappe, of course, is just not far away, so I'm just really appreciative of the staff, the whole crew, all the volunteers have been just fantastic, and I really, really, truly appreciate you.
People often ask, when will you be done? 5 years, 10 years, when? If we were simply fixing homes, done might be 5 years. If we just did new construction, done might be 10 years. But we don't want to simply see rebuilding. What we long for is restoration, to see art and music and beauty and culture along with sheetrock and shingles. What we really long for is to see lives restored here. We know that only Jesus does that. We don't want just homes to be repaired. Lagniappe is not a construction company. Lagniappe is a church. And her work will be done not when everyone in the Bay has a house, but when Lagniappe herself is home.